They said, when did they come to you and say, hey, get ready to go going into the game?
Well, I was actually I was taking a leak, and I hear Arthur
I couldn't get that on.
heard Arthur calling my name, so kind of came out and he said, "You're in." So that's kind of how it happened.
What was able to, you all had 4 scores draft, what was working for you all?
I think we were just stuck to the game plan. Take the easy completion, take the guy that's open, and try to get first downs. If you get enough first downs, next thing you know, you're in scoring position, and once we get down there, just try and score touchdowns. So, I think the first 2 drives we ended with field goals. Go back and look at film. Maybe there's some things I could have done better, and maybe we could have scored a touchdown. But we moved the ball pretty good in the second half. Just came up short.
And did you know Desmond had been in the concussion protocol?
I did. I heard that that was the main reason that I went out there for the first half, and things were going pretty well. So I think he kind of just stuck with it.
Given the way things went today, do you feel that you should be the starter?
Oh no, I mean this is Desmond's team. He's played great throughout the year. Obviously there's a couple hiccups here and there, but he's progressing every week. He's working hard, and Logan and I are doing everything we can to help him in any way we can. So obviously ultimately that's Arthur's decision. But tomorrow we're going to come in and try and get better from the film and proceed as as usual.
You've been in this situation. No, it ain't your first time.
No.
This situation.
Yeah.
How do you approach it now, kind of knowing that there is maybe some questions out there?
Oh, it's the same as the last 2 years. We brought in Fitzpatrick in Washington. He was the guy. I did everything I could to help him, and you just got to stay ready as a backup. I mean, that's your role. So, and then obviously the same thing last year with Carson. So again, this isn't foreign territory to me. I've lived this last 2 years. So again, they brought me here to back up Dez and help him in any way. And if he goes down for whatever reason, go in there and do that. So again, we'll see what happens next week.
Does that make kind of what you did today easier in some ways? The fact that you said this is kind of been a 3-year
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, it's I've been in that position before, and again, I grew up a Packer fan. I grew up watching Brett Favre, and the guy had a lot of passion. He had a lot of fun out there, and that's what I try and do. So go out there in the second half, have some fun, sling it around a little bit, and go score some points. So, again, we just felt a little short.
What was it like operating the offense today?
It was fun. It was fun. Obviously, this is my first really regular season in this offense with these guys. They're very supportive, and those guys battle. They battle to the very end. So. Great group of guys. It's a lot of fun to play with them, and again, hopefully, I just wish we came up with the win on that one.
Ben said he just dropped the last one. How tough is that? And when you're trying to get that last ditch drive that maybe win the game.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is everyone's going to highlight that. Van dropped a 4th and 1 pass, wide open, and it's not on him. Obviously it's the last thing you see, and maybe we go on from there and score, but. There's a lot of things that we did in the first half and maybe in the second half that we could have done better to maybe not put us in that position. So, Van's beating himself up over it, but he had a great game other than that, and we just have to come back stronger next week.
Why the offense seemed like operated a lot smoother when you were in the game in the second half? Why do you think that was?
I don't know. Again, we'll go back and look at film. Maybe they were playing a little bit different in the first half on defensively. But I don't know. We had to kind of get in that 2-minute mode there for a little while to make up some ground. And when you're in 2-minute mode, the defense plays a little softer. So we'll see. We'll go back and look at film tomorrow.
How was Desmond helping you?
No,
or was he at all?
Yeah, he was great. Very supportive. Obviously, every time we come off the sideline, we're looking at the pads and kind of going over what we see. So. Again, as a young quarterback like that, to be in that type of position, it's a tough position to be in. But he was very good with it. And again, I hope he's all right.
In what way did you feel Drake being out the most?
Say again.
In what way was his absence, Drake not being out? How did that impact the offense?
Yeah, Drake's a great player. He's one of those guys. If you see him one-on-one, you kind of want to give him a shot. He's proved that he's made those plays. So you don't have him out there. Obviously, it's a loss, but. Again, I think those guys that stepped in played great. You saw Red catch a ball over the middle, break 4 tackles, and get a 6-yard gain. And Mac showed up, Scotty showed up. So again, it's just a credit to that receiver group. They push each other all the time. So those guys stepped up pretty well.
When did it happen? When did you get hurt? Or what was the play that led them?
I don't know what the exact play was, but yeah, like I said, they just felt they saw it, felt something was off, and
So
at the end of the day, they made the call. No.
Okay.
Do you feel at this point, with the way that kind of you played the last 3 weeks, that you still are the starter here? Like, how do you evaluate where you think you are right now, considering how Taylor played also?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, obviously, Taylor came in and did great. Did the job. Got moving, put points on the board. At the end of the day, it's a game of, how do I want to say it? It's a game of, being to come out and execute. And like you said, the past couple of weeks have been tough as far as the execution part of it. Like I said, there's a lot of things in all games that we can clean up and be better at. And we'll go back to work on Monday and look at it.
Have they given you any indication of what might happen going forward?
No, I mean, the game just ended 10 minutes ago. So, like I said, everyone stepped up and did their part in what they needed to do. And, we're going to go back tomorrow and look up and see what we need to do better, both offense, defense, and special teams, and come back ready to work and get a win at home.
You said that there were a couple of plays that maybe got screwed up. Where were those plays within the game? Were they early on? Were they later in the second quarter? Where?
I mean, like I said, there was probably, when I say a couple, I'm literally meaning like two. I know one was later in the second, probably one was earlier in the first, but just.
Was there, I mean, you did get sacked 5 times in the first half. Was there a moment where you did feel a little different, where anything felt different for you?
No, like I said, I mean, I'm just going out there, regardless of what happens, just trying to play my game.
Forgive me, I don't know how this works. Will you go through any further evaluation at this point?
Yeah.
So now you will go through.
Yeah, I went through evaluations right here after the game, and then we'll go back tomorrow, make sure I wake up fine, make sure everything's good to go.
Have you had a concussion before?
Maybe early high school, not in college, I don't think.
Did you try to lobby Arthur to say, I think I can go? Or how
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course. I tried, I never want to be pulled out of the game. You're going to have to drag me off the field to be able to play. And so, yeah, but.
Tough game for the run game for you guys as well. How do you guys going to get that fixed as an offensive line, maybe?
I feel like we're just going to come in together tomorrow, Monday, watch film, see the correction we have to make as a unit and then as an offense, and then we'll bounce back. That's what we've been doing all season. You got to learn from your ups and downs.
Was there anything that Tennessee was doing that kind of surprised you guys or you weren't prepared for?
Not really. I feel like they just had, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know. It was just one of those games where, it was till the last second. I'm proud of the group. We fought till the last second. We stayed together. I think that's the main thing. I know I'm a rookie, but I figure out in this league it's hard to win football games. So we'll try and bounce back.
And you mentioned that kind of surge late for you guys with Taylor Heinicke coming in. How is the offense maybe a little bit different, or the vibes a little bit different in that second half?
I know, we knew that Taylor coming in, we knew it was going to be hard for him just not having a rhythm from being in the whole game. So we rallied around him. He's a great guy. Everybody just stuck with him, and I feel like we got it rolling.
Is there any difference that you could feel in that first and second half that you can kind of pinpoint?
Nothing I can pinpoint. I feel like we just, in the first half, we were just getting stuck, and in the second half, we figured, we moved the ball pretty well. We just got to do a better job of finishing once we're in the red zone.
How do you guys kind of move forward as an offense? What do you think you can maybe try to look at this week?
Like I said, we'll watch film. We got great leaders on this team, and we'll rally and figure out a way to beat Minnesota.
What kind of tone do you want to set in the locker room over the course of the next week as you move forward and try to get to that point where you can't sack someone?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that, we got to learn to not beat ourselves and to, just play, at the highest level. But, learn is a big thing. We know what to do. It's not really like we have to go and learn something different. We know what to do. Just got to settle down and play football. Today, it was their day. They made the plays. Give them their respect, and, we'll go back to the drawing board. We'll figure out, what we need to do to improve, but I got faith in my guys, and I hope they have faith in me. Together, we'll figure it out. We go back and try to get a win at home against a tough opponent and get back in the win column and, just keep this thing going. It's football. Nobody expects to win them all. But today I feel like was I mean we had to wear it. They play better than us. They play good enough to win. It hurts a little bit.
When you say we need to not beat ourselves, is that defense or just you mean the whole team kind of needs to work on those kinds of things?
It's definitely the whole team. But it's all phases today. Today there was all phases. And you go down the list if you want to, but at the end of the day, I think it was in all different phases of the game, but especially on defense where I feel like it's my domain. We just got to improve and making sure that we just go back to doing our job. And making sure that we, just play football. At the end of the day, they're going to get some. They're good. They're good players. D-Hop, had a big day, right? He's had plenty of big days in this game. He's a good player. Will Levis, first time playing, coming off a bye. You got to give him his respect. He came out here and played like a veteran. And they did some things that was kind of a big ask for him, for a rookie quarterback, and he handled it very well. So give him his respect, and it is what it is. They're in a whole different conference, so we won't worry about them anymore. But we'll learn from our mistakes, and we'll go from there.
When we talked to Jesse Bates, the only thing he kept answering our questions with was, "We got to stop these explosive plays that we gave today." You've been on, I'm sure, teams and games that's been a problem. How fixable is that for a defense, and how do you kind of move forward as a defense, knowing that you can limit that?
Yeah, most of the time when you see a explosive play like that, something didn't go the way it's supposed to, right? If a guy gets beat in position, you can live with that. Because that's usually, just somebody making a play, which I think, one of those was that, right? But the other, there was three, big time explosives where, you got to watch the tape and figure out exactly what happened, But at the end of the day, what that do prior our team on is that we didn't panic, we didn't flinch, we just kept fighting. We gave ourselves a chance to win at the end of the game, which is huge, right? That's who we are. So, at the end of the day, today was just their day. They made the plays, you got to give them the respect. But we kept fighting. We had a chance at the end of the game, and that's all you can really ask for in this business.
Coming back to Tennessee for you, just kind of walk me through some of the emotions maybe in the beginning of this game.
For me, it was just another game. You got to be professional at the end of the day. We came in here ultimately, trying to win a football game. And, that's the approach that I had. It was definitely great seeing some of the guys that I played with, some of my former teammates. But at the end of the day, it's a business trip.
I think you and Arthur were the ones that were smiling the most pre-game, kind of like seeing all these people that you used to work with so closely. Did you ever talk to him, I guess, throughout this game, like, hey, we got to have something for this game here?
No, it was, like I said, me and Arthur understand it's a business at the end of the day. We can't let the main thing, go unhandled. We got to keep the main thing. It was definitely, we're human. We all got those, emotions, and we built relationships with a lot of these guys. So, of course, it was great coming back. But at the end of the day, we ultimately came here to get a win, and we didn't do that today. So, got a lot of evaluating to do and get better, and we'll keep moving forward.
A lot of guys have pointed to the surge kind of late for you guys as an offense as something that's positive to take away. With Taylor coming in, what were some of the differences that you guys kind of felt on offense?
I think just as a unit, we understood, whoever's in there, we just got to play better. It wasn't necessarily, one person coming in and changing the dynamic of it. Guys went down, and guys stepped up and made plays. We needed to make those plays no matter who was in there. So. We got like you said, we had a late surge, but it was kind of too late. Can't play from behind, and it's the NFL. Every team is, has the ability to win games, so can't play from behind.
Calais was saying we got to stop beating ourselves on all phases of the game. How confident are you guys moving forward on offense that you can do that?
Oh, extremely confident. We've seen us. I don't even say we've seen us at our best, but we played at a high level. And still got a lot of things to improve on, so that's encouraging. So I think that, we continue to strive to play our brand of football, like I always say. I say it week in and week out. When we play our brand of football, we find a way to win games, and we don't lose games.